What's up guys, welcome to Makeup on Point, and we're turning ourselves into the cult of clowns for American Horror Story Season 7. This is a great easy look for Halloween and will be fun to do with friends. So, let's get started. Let's start by painting our faces white. I'm using a water activated paint and a foundation brush to paint this in layers all over my face, leaving the nose area free for my clown nose later on. Since the brush left brush stroke marks, I take a beauty blender later on to pat that out. I also decided to bring the paint down my neck as well, just not as opaque. I use a white cream paint to highlight under my eyes a bit, which doesn't make sense later on, and then I set everything using the Super White powder from Nye just to help the paint appear more white. Now priming my eyes using the cream paint again and setting that using a matte white eyeshadow to make it easier to blend our eyeshadows later on. Using a matte red eyeshadow, I'm creating the base shape for my eyes. This look is based on the many clowns I saw in the trailers for the season, so I decided for the typical triangular shape for one eye and a more rounder shape for the other with a slash design. So I blend the red eyeshadow in those shapes with a small blending brush and added more product as I went and blended it out. I apologize for my voice, by the way. I'm totally sick as I'm recording this and I'm trying my best to not sound so dead right now. So apologies. And don't forget to blend underneath the eyes. Now taking a matte black eyeshadow, I place this all over the lid, first blending around on the edges and then placing it all over the lid later on. Pretty much place the eyeshadow down and blend it, and you just keep patting and blend as you go along. This is a look that's very messy as well, so I'm kind of making sure the edges are very smoked out and more worn in, since all these clowns are very serial killer messy clowns and don't really care what their eye look looks like. And I'm using a fluffier brush to really blend out the edges. Now I started an X shape for one eye before, but then I quickly wiped this off later, but I leave the slash just to start out my designs for the clowns. Each clown had a different look to them, but I took designs from certain clowns. One had a slash over their eye of a big black mark, and another clown kind of had this red look on, but I quickly wiped that red paint off because I wasn't liking how this was going. So taking a makeup wipe, I just take most of what I didn't want off. As you see, recounting my own decision making right there, and just taking off the red paint and just reapplying the white makeup from before, just to fix all my issues and having many issues of where I was going with this at first. But this is a messy clown look, so even if the white paint doesn't go on as good as before, it's totally fine. Now taking that black water activated paint and a pencil brush, I just pretty much dab on that slash marks just so it doesn't look like a straight line, and I just kind of want to like pat it in there just so it looks more worn in, like you've been caught in the rain. If anything, just pat it in with my finger and go all the way around because I didn't want to look so perfect and straight. And then on the other eye, I just take that pencil with whatever product was left and just draw one straight line across the eye. Just wanted to look not as opaque as the other eye. And taking the matte black eyeshadow from before, I kind of just use it just to blend the edges more out, just so it looks more worn in and messy. And taking that fluffy brush from before, just really smoking out the edges and making the other eye more round than before, than that triangle shape. Just wanted each eye to contrast from the other, so that's why I went with this look. And then just doing some finishing touches of the line, adding a dot at the end of it. Now taking a matte gray eyeshadow, I'm using this to contour my face. The clowns don't typically contour from what I've seen in the trailers, but for myself, I kind of need that contouring. So I contoured my jawline, my cheekbones, and around my forehead, just so I don't look such a matte, flat look with all the white paint. Now taking a black eyeliner pencil, I line my waterline and my tightline, and taking a black mascara, just kind of cover up those lashes since it's got so white from all the powders. Now my clown nose. I made this clown nose using Model Magic clay and pretty much rolled it up into a ball, fixed it to my nose, and then made all the holes using the end of a brush. And I pretty much clean up the nose area with a makeup wipe just to take off any paint and leftover makeup. Take some Prozade, I apply it to my nose and to the inside of my clown nose, just wait for it to clear, and then I apply that nose right on. You can also use Spirit Gum for this, but I just had Prozade on hand, so I used that instead. And I pretty much glue that on, fix the nose a bit, and then I start painting it. I used a water activated red paint to paint all of it around. And this is where you see most of the holes. The holes in the series had more of a sharper shape to it, but I was just doing this for a quick look and wanted a quick nose, so I just kind of went with the rounder shapes that I could make. And to get into the holes, I used more of a pencil brush, and it kind of pushed in the holes even more since the Model Magic clay wasn't fully dried or hard yet. And now I'm taking a water activated paint to fill in my lips. You could also use red lipstick to do this, but I had water activated paint on hand already, so I just used that. And I pretty much did an over exaggerated clown smile with it, and then I used my fingers to kind of pat it out so it became more of a messier clown mouth than before, and really overlined those lips and really made them humongous with that point on the sides. And that is the complete look for my clown. Now let's try out the other clown that's a little more simpler. So again, paint your face fully white, including your beard if you have one. And go in with a black water activated paint for around the eyes, just to really black out the eyes entirely, even into the brows. I just wanted the eyes for this look to be a stark white. This inspiration for his look came from one of the main clowns I saw in the trailers that had a beard actually. And I really enjoyed his look, so that's why I wanted to recreate this on my boyfriend here. I'm pretty much applying the black face paint a little messily, making sure it's really darker on the insides and pretty much patting it out on the outsides. And then I later set that using a matte black eyeshadow as well, especially on the under eye, just to really smoke it out. And using that same big blending brush as before to blend it out. And now for this shape. The clown in the trailers had more of a triangle shape above his eyes and a little thinner one below his eyes, so that's what I was trying to recreate. I wanted to use the lightest amount of eyeshadow to do this, so I used the littlest amount of black eyeshadow and really just kind of started the base for it just to get it going, and then I go in with a flat brush just to really pack it on. I didn't want this to be as stark black as his eyes, since I wanted to really look worn in and just blend it out more and just kind of faded, so that's why I was going with this look. And pretty much you just lay it down and just keep blending and blending and blending until you feel it's been blended enough. And for the mouth is really quickly, I start out using the black eyeshadow as before and kind of just creating that smile line that he had in the trailer, and just kind of went all around because I thought I was going to go back in with black paint, but I ended up not going with it later on. I just kind of kept it with that smoky black look to it. And then I added the red water activated paint again around his lips and underneath that black line as before, since he had red lips in the trailer, so that's what I was going for. I just kind of blended all of that in together. I even later on went back in with a little bit, tiniest bit of the black paint just to cover up any other marks that I wanted it, and just to darken up the red since it was appearing a little too bright. But once this is all blended out and in, you're pretty much done with your final clown look. Hope you guys enjoyed these makeup looks, and give this video a thumbs up. For more looks like these for Halloween coming up, don't forget to subscribe to the Makeup on Point channel. Be sure to follow me on all social media and let me know in the comments below what you thought of the premiere of the new season of American Horror Story. Until next time guys, I'll see you later.